Alrighty, here we go. Hey there, everybody. It's the Nasty One here again, and welcome back to the next episode and final episode here of the Heaters Shuffle Draft franchise rebuild here in Super Mega Baseball 4, year number 5. Last episode, unfortunately, our world came crashing down as we got beaten out in the semifinals by the Jacks, and it wasn't even close. We got swept 13-2 in Game 1 and then 15-10 in the second game to knock us out. The Jacks would then go on to sweep the Wild Pigs in the finals and win their first title here in the series, so I can't really complain. At least we lost the eventual champions. But now we're going to jump into the offseason here. It's the final offseason here in the series. This would be a what-if episode. This is basically what the team would look like if we did choose to keep going into year number 6, which we are not doing. I feel like the series has come full circle since the beginning, and even though it did end on a sort of sour note and it's not really the championship, I'm happy, especially with going back to the SMB4 series for this team. This is a really big accomplishment for how far we've come. Moving into player evaluations and what we're going to be doing here. This is not the right team. They're showing me some Wild Pigs players here. Let's fix that real quick, guys. Thank you. Arlo Floyd, I would like to have back, honestly. He's worth 9-1. He's making 7-9, and he wants 8-4. I am happy giving him the extra money to keep him here, although his loyalty's maxed out. I'm going to roll it. I'm going to see what happens. It's a 97% chance. Let's see what happens. And he stays. Perfect. Nice. Hemming Vainman, he's a developable backup catcher. I'd be happy having him on the roster again for next season. He's worth 5-1, asking 5-2. I think we can roll this. It's a 97% chance again. He does sign. Nice. Okay. Charlie Testa proved his worth in the playoffs. In the finale, he did hit for the cycle in a losing effort. I love Charlie. He's awesome. He's a little overpaid, but he's amazing. I'm not getting rid of him. Rangel is asking for 8-2. She's actually worth 8-2. She's uncertain, so if we don't pay her, she's not coming back. She's 26. I think we can get a younger backup behind Charlie now. So, Lacey, I think you can go get starters money elsewhere. We're going to let you go. Slope, I think, used up his last bit of good faith with us in the playoffs where he did absolutely nothing. He had basically 2 hits the entire postseason and was on the bench more often than not. I think we need a better second baseman. Spitty Wyatt, he's getting older, 31 now. I'm going to need another third baseman. John King, sophomore slump. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. He's only 21 this season coming up. And he won MVP and Rookie of the Year his rookie season, so I want to give John another chance. I believe in him, and I trust the process. So, and I trust him so much, I'm going to re-sign him at his asking value because I think he deserves it. Cash Basket, good old solid cash money there in left field. She's not the flashiest player. She's not the best player. But she comes in, does her job, goes home every day, and is elite against left-handers. I have no problem with bringing Cash back. I'm going to roll this, though, 98%. Got it. Nice. Okay. Stanley Swanson is worth 10-3. He stays at 9-6. He wants the discount. You ain't got to tell me twice, Stanley. Connor's never going to play. I think, even though he is a utility player, I think he needs to go elsewhere if he wants to get playing time, so we're going to let him go. Jovan Bambino's worth 11-2. He wants 12-5. It's getting a little overpriced for a 31-year-old right fielder. With how much he's done for the series, I kind of want to re-sign him cheaper, so I'm going to but I don't want to let him go like that, though. Carlos Duke, I'm going to roll this. If he says no, he says no. It's fine. He's a good bench outfielder. I like him. I think he can be developed into something good. Turf Hudson is always going to be a legend here on the channel, but he's not going to be on the roster next season. We're going to let him go. Beavis Ortiz, he's not coming back. He was a playoff signing. Reese Hunter got lit up in the postseason, but she did really well in the regular season, and she just had one bad start. She's earned this pay increase, so I'm going to re-sign her at her asking price. It's still under what she's actually worth, so that's a good deal. Terry Garza wants to stay where he is. That's fine with me. I love him. Roper Raskiller's developable. I like him too. Let's keep him. Phenomenal. Norm is the man of this team. He's getting a little older, though, and he's going to be 28. He's a little over what he's worth now. I think I'm going to let him go as well. See, I'm going to let him go. I'm going to let Jovan go. Kendra Kerr, we're going to keep her. We're going to give her the money she wants because I like Kendra, and if we're getting rid of Norm, I need an ace reliever out there. Thomas Mesa, he can stay where he's at. He's happy. Kristen Nunez is the same way. We're going to actually give him his asking price to keep him within his actual valuation. And then Hang McConnell, she's worth 5.3, 5.4. She's still developable. I like her too. Keep her. There you go. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 openings. Let's go. No retirements, though, for us, which I'm not surprised with. We have a really young team. All right, so Norm is walked. Jovan is released. Lacey, Whoopity, Wyatt, Moses, Ortiz, Hudson. Retirements, Bupton, Lantana, and Slinger. Okay, let's go find some guys. All right, so obviously moving to position players first. Looking at the roster, so what do we need? We need a backup first baseman. We need a starting second baseman. I need a third baseman to play if Norm is not going to play. So we're going to operate under the assumption that Norm is not coming back. We are going to try and get him back, though. We have a bench outfielder in Duke. We need a right fielder. And we need probably a bench infielder and a bench outfielder. Okay. We need a starting pitcher and another fifth reliever option. Okay. All right, so let's do pitching first. We have less openings there. It's easier to remember. All right, so we need one starting pitcher. Dale Peters is a solid rookie option here. We also have Chico McFarland, who's probably more suited for the role. We have Peapod De La Rosa, with Workhorse. Ooh, get in. Magnus Rude, okay. Brantley Cuevas, like we're not hurting for pitching options here, guys. No, CT's overrated. I almost made that mistake again. Clutch but meltdown. No thanks. I think I'll pass. Tusum Nornowest. Solid name. No. Alright, I think that's all I'm looking at for starters. Long relievers, obviously, Norm is going to be an automatic look at because it's Norm. We could also use another long reliever if there's a young one. There is not. Another young reliever, Wax Samplemore. He's a rookie. He's developable. Annabella Cardenas, walk prone, iffy on that one. Uber Bellamy, easy jumps but elite four-seamer. I don't like the accuracy that low. Maldonado is developable. Haley King is developable as well. Chambo's a bum. Neverwalker, way too much money. Sorry, dear. Really? I think... Honestly, Maldonado seems like the best one, and then King's a good backup option as well. Alright, and then moving to position players. We need a backup first baseman. So we need someone like maybe Dante Johns, who would develop into a starter down the road. B. Schaefer would be a decent backup as well. Lacey, maybe I'll bring her back if she's willing, but she might be wanting a little too much money, if you know what I mean. Moving down the road, we need a starting second baseman. Obviously, Ellie East would be a solid signing. I like that. Solid player. Harold Ortega, rally starter and mind gamer. He's not starting caliber, though, but he'd be a good bench option. Zane Cross, decent. Yeah, he's decent. He's not great. Blaine Davis is good. I like him. Slope. I kind of want to move away from Sloop. I just don't see it working out moving forward. Moving to third base, we're under the assumption that Norm is not coming back. We'll need a good starter there, so maybe like Cassius Anthony. He would be great. He's got utility, too. He can play the infield. Rupert Yellow, he'd be a good bench option. Savannah Tambor would be another solid option there at third, though she can't hit. Maybe not. Overrated. Parrish is bench. Riley Bocci would be a solid starter at third base. I'd be okay with that. Brian Erickson also would be good as well. Moving to shortstop, we could use a backup behind John King. Maybe someone like Melissa Wilson. She'd be interesting. Nathaniel Gregory would be a solid option as well. Gobelson, he's actually developed pretty well, but I'm going to say no. Harsh Burgess would be a starter. I don't want that. Aiken's too old. Moving to outfield, we need a right fielder. Obviously, I would like Jovan Bambino back, so I want to go get him. Where are you, Jovan? I know you're here. There you are, 32 years old. He's still got something in the tank, I'm telling you. He's still got something in the tank. But if we don't get him, we need a backup option. So maybe someone like Hassan Bowman, RBI hero. That's always a solid trait. Marsha Brown would be a big signing, but that's too much money. Same for Williams and Oshida. Willie Bacon, no. Philip Gilmore, he'd be a solid replacement for Bambino, but again, 12 million. I don't think that's a good idea. So maybe a Williams, she'd be a decent backup, but no, I'm not liking those ratings. Dano Yoshida would be a really good replacement, though. I like him. He would cost more, though. That's the problem. So maybe Bowman's the only solid option that I would consider. Edwin Pruitt's decent, but he's a little old, so same with Caldeed. I think Bowman would be the nice replacement option if that happened. And then I think that's it for right now. I don't think there's any other roster spots that are open that I'm really looking at here. So let's move up 10 rounds and see what happens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so our list should still be intact. I don't think we lost anybody, so I think we're okay. Let's go ahead and compare notes and see who we can sign and who we need to wait on. Pitching first, obviously, that's the easy one to do. Let's look at these guys. 8, 7, 4, 9. Oh, right, forgot to do the forgot to do the positions. Sorry. We can go a few more rounds on these guys, actually, like maybe 2 or 3 more rounds, and then we'd make a decision on the starters. Moving down to relievers. Where's Norm? Norm is at 17. Again, a couple rounds on him as well. Sample more, same thing. So pitching, we don't need to make a move yet. Okay. Position players might be different, though. All right, let's see what we got. Why do I have Tough Lift starred? Oh, I had him starred originally from something different. Sorry. So Dante Johns, again, a couple rounds on these guys, actually. So it's looking like not anyone's, like, really, you know, close to being signed anytime soon. So yeah, maybe 2 or 3 more rounds, and then we see what happens, really. The closest one right now is Anthony at 0.6. I had Hackliner start before the offseason, sorry. Scrolling down to Bambino here. I don't want to miss him either. Where is he? Yeah, they're all at 0.9 or something, so we're good. We have like 1 or 2 rounds. Let's do it 1 round at a time here. Marsha, Blammo, Norm, no, they took him, the Moose. Oh, that's a shot in the gut right there. He had 0.9 left, though. I wasn't going to pay over $500,000 over him. Go 1 more round, so we only lose Norm. There goes Yoshida, Montoya, Dieguez, Norna West, Slamus, and Holmes. Okay. I think we need to check this now. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Alright, here we go. Yeah, they're close. I think we can reasonably consider getting these guys now. So if we really want, like, solid backup option, that would probably be someone along the lines of Dante Johns, because he's young. He can develop behind Charlie Testa. And once Testa gets too old, Johns is ready to step in and become a full-time starter because of his youth, obviously. Now, paying $8 million to a backup player is probably not the best idea. But it's the best we got, really. And I think Rongel's too old to be a backup now. She's only 1 year younger than Testa. Testa's, I think, 29 or 28, whereas Johns is 22. So I think he's the best fit for a backup here, if you're asking me. I actually want to go 1 more round. I'm going to risk it. Please. All right, there goes a couple. Cuevas. All right. Bambino, you fuck. Crocodons. So 2 of our big OG members are gone. And McFarland. So that's 4. 5, there goes Cassius Anthony, who was the best third baseman available, of course. So that makes it even harder to find a third baseman. Awesome. All right, we really need to think about this. Like, we got to make moves now. Like, now is the time, guys. Okay, obviously I want Dante Johns. He's the best backup first baseman available, so he's going to replace Rangel. So we're good at first base. We need a new starting caliber second baseman. Blaine Davis is the more complete player, I think, although East is the better fielder. East is a weaker hitter. I would say Blaine Davis is probably the right man for the job, if I had to guess. So we're going to go ahead and sign him. He'll replace Slope. We need a new starting third baseman. And we might need a backup bench option, so we might be signing Harold Ortega as well, so keep him in mind. Rupert Yellow would be a good backup third baseman as well. He's solid. I like him. Competitive and RBI hero. I think he beats out him. But he doesn't play anywhere. Riley Bocci would be a decent starter, but Brian Erickson is the more complete starter. So I would sign him here. So he would replace Spitty Wyatt. So now we have a starting third baseman. Moving to right field, obviously, we need to do that now as well. Hassan Bowman is obviously the man for the job now because the others are all gone. So, welcome in, kid. You made it. I'm not losing you to another team, so you are now my new right fielder. All right, so looking at the roster, we have 4 outfielders on the roster right now, and we have a couple infielders as well. So we have 2 catchers, a backup first baseman, we have a second baseman, a third baseman, a shortstop. So we need an infielder to play middle infield. We have good coverage in the outfield. I got 4 outfielders right now. I think I'm happy with outfield. What we need is backup infielders because we have no depth behind middle infield and third base right now. So we'll take a backup third baseman and a backup middle infielder is what we're going to be taking. All right, so moving down the list, what do we got? Okay, so at second base, we have Ellie East, who would challenge for playing time with Blaine Davis. And we have Harold Ortega, who is actually disciplined with good traits. But we do need a scholarly player as well. Keep that in mind. Interesting. Disciplined. He'd be really good. I mean, I'm not going to lie. Harold Ortega looks solid. He's young. He's developable. But he's got some holes in his game. He's not a good fielder. He doesn't have an arm. East is actually the prototypical backup middle infielder, so maybe we go after her instead. Backup third base, Rupert Yellow would be the ideal backup there behind instead of Bocci. So Rupert Yellow, this is a no-brainer. He's going to be our new backup third baseman. He'll replace Turf Hudson. Moving down the list is shortstop, and do we have anybody at shortstop that I had start? I do. I have Nathaniel Gregory, and I have Melissa Wilson. Wilson's the more backup person. She can play all the infield positions. She is stealer and dive wizard. Ooh, those are good. I like those. Gregory's a no then, because he seems like starter. And I'm going to say no to Ellie East as well. Ortega can play second and third, but he can't play short. Wilson can play short and everywhere, so Melissa Wilson wins the fight there for backup middle infield slot. She'll replace Connor Moses. Now we just need a starting pitcher and a reliever, and we're going to be good. For the first time in our series, we will not have a two-way player. Shame it's the end of the series as well. All right, and moving to pitching. So we lost a couple starters we had starred. We only have the couple mid-tier guys left. We have Dale Peters, Peapod De La Rosa, and Magnus Rude. Magnus Rude has really good traits. He has Cane Collector and Elite Slider. De La Rosa has Workhorse, which is solid. And we have Peters, which is Elite Slider as well. But he is Scholarly as well. So we're replacing Beavis Ortiz, who I believe was Scholarly. And Norm, who I believe was Crafty, if I'm right. No, he was Spirited. Okay. So we're actually 2 Spirited players. So we're dropping 2 Spirited players no matter what. Okay. All right. So I need a Scholarly player, and then I can get whatever else I want with my last one. Let's look at the relievers. All right, so Wax Samplemore is what? He's Spirited. That doesn't do me any good. Maldonado is Crafty. He's also consistent. I'm good with that. Haley King is competitive and composed. Okay. Maldonado's actually cheaper than what he's asking for. Uber Bellamy, I don't like. I would say... Maldonado's the more complete one. So I would probably take him here in this situation. Do I have any Scholarly relievers? I do. There is Dusty Winder. He's actually developed really well here in the series. He'd be pretty good. You know what? No. 8 million. I don't know if we have 8 million to spend on him, though. So let's see. Dusty Winder, Jacob Marshmallow, Dwight Breeze, no. Sebastian Morrow. Ooh, Sebastian Morrow here. That'd be nice. Shirley in the Air, Cutter Crack-A-Barrel, Dale Peters. Dale Peters would be a nice upgrade. Rude is K Collector. That'd be maxed out K Collector too. Oh, I can't say no to maxed out K Collector. We gotta go Magnus Rude. He'd be the starter. Alright, and then we just need a reliever, obviously. So we're gonna be crapping on those. Damn, we need that. Oh, this is tough. We've really put ourselves in a hole with this one, I think. There we go. So we got the starter. So now we need Maldonado would be decent. Haley King would be decent as well. Luke is the more complete reliever, I think. I think he's the smart one to go, but I don't want to crap all over those Scholarly traits that we have. Like, what are the traits that we have right now for them? So that'd be Utility, Big Hack. Oh, Utility and Big Hack are pretty good. And then Elite Slider, Elite 2-seamer, Elite Curveball. Yikes, I don't want to crap on those. So yeah, we do kind of need to make a choice here. And it's probably not going to be a popular choice either, but we need a reliever that is Scholarly in nature. So I don't think we're going to be able to go young with this one. We're going to have to take a veteran reliever, which is unfortunate. But at the same time, it is what is necessary for the betterment of the series for the future. So who do we have? We have... Not a lot yet. I haven't seen a single one. We have Dusty Winder, who'd be decent. He has Meltdown, though, which is bummer. Molly Pa, nope. We have Dwight Breeze and Jacob Marshmallow, the two long relievers. He is Stimulated. He is Consistent. Both of them are below average. Crack-A-Barrel, he's got Elite Cutter. Also Scholarly. Sebastian Morrow has Reverse Splits and Consistent. He would be nice. Shirley Indiere has Gets Ahead and Stimulated as well. We do need some length in the bullpen now that we don't have Phenomeno there anymore. So maybe someone like Sebastian Morrow would be a good signing here. I think he would be. That's going to put us at what? Puts us at 11-7. Okay, that's not horrible. We do Crack-A-Barrel, though. I think that puts us at like 14-something, I think, right? 14-9, yeah. And Dwight Breeze would put us over the top, yeah. We'd be getting over $1 million a game in player development funds. I like Jacob's pitch mix. I think he would be the best long reliever for the team moving forward. He didn't really develop much here in the series, though, unfortunately. But I also don't want to leave these scholarly traits hung out to dry. I at least want him at mid-tier. But I also want our team to be competitive. So I think at the end of the day, we sacrifice the money and go get Sebastian Morrow. Like, he has developed really well here in the series. Yes, he's 33, but he's good. And that's what the team needs. They need to bring the bullpen up. So that's what we do. And there we go. That's our offseason, folks. We're done. I just got to skip it. So yeah, that's what the team would look like going into year 6. It's a very balanced team. It's pretty good across all areas. It's a solid team that be getting a good amount of player development funds. 11.7 is averaging out to be just under $750,000 a game. So I think it's like maybe 7 and some change. I think maybe 725-ish, maybe 700, something like that. But yeah, that's what the team would look like moving into year 6. It's a solid team composition. Let's have a look. We're balanced across the board in every category. We got younger in a lot of key places, and outside of Morrow, of course, and Brian Erickson. We kind of had to make those sacrifices, but we did lose Yovan Bambino. We lost Norm Phenomeno because I wanted to get him back cheaper, and it just didn't work out. They overpaid for them. I wasn't willing to overpay that much, so it is what it is. But we got them. We re-signed Charlie Testa. It's good for the team. He's a good offensive leader. Arlo Floyd comes back for another year. Oh, hang on, guys. Give me 1 second. I think my son just woke up. Yeah, sorry about that. My son woke up, so I had to get him downstairs. But yeah, so that's what we would have done. We would have brought in a rookie, new starting second baseman in Blaine Davis. John King would return for his 3rd year. We bring in a new starting third baseman, veteran Brian Erickson, 30-year-old, to replace Norm and Spitty. New center fielder and Stanley Swanson returns. Robert Raskeller would come back for a 2nd year. He's still developable, obviously. Sebastian Morrow would be the veteran presence out of the bullpen to replace Norm as some length as the long reliever. We have a new rookie backup infielder, Melissa Wilson, who could play everywhere. Thomas Mason would return to shore up the bullpen with Kendra Kerr, who's down here somewhere. There she is. Hang McConnell and Christian Nunez would also return as well. Hemming Bainton would return as the backup catcher. Hassan Bowman would be the new starting right fielder to replace Bambino, unfortunately. Dante Johns would be a new backup younger first baseman to replace Rangel. Carlos Duke would return as a developmental outfielder. Terry Garza would return as a solid number 3 pitcher. Magnus Ruud would be the new number 2 pitcher behind Reese Hunter. He's a solid young arm. Rupert Yellow would be a new backup third baseman, providing depth there, obviously. Cash Basquette will return as our solid left fielder. Floyd would be the starting catcher again. Test is the starting first baseman. And Reese Hunter obviously would be the ace pitcher now, having developed really well here in the series. But yeah, that's what the team would look like, guys. Only OG members, I think, from the day 1 roster. Looking at this, off the top of my head, I know Kendrick Kerr, for a fact, is one of them. And I believe Cash Basquette is also one of them as well. So I think they're the only 2 OG survivors from the roster. And that is surprising. I would not have picked those 2 as the OG members, but those are the 2 that actually made it all the way to the end, guys. That's going to do it for the series. We built this team from SMB3, where 4 straight losing seasons, into SMB4 with the shuffle draft, made the playoffs, lost in the first round, made the finals year 2 and lost, made the finals in years 3 and 4 and won, and then got knocked down in the semifinals in year 5. This team is a perennial playoff contender, and it has been built into a successful franchise. We have done what we set out to do for the Heaters. We got our redemption. We won them a couple rings. And their final record would look like this after 5 years, 82 and 23. That's a solid winning percentage. I would not complain with that at all. That's going to do it for the series, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching this. It's been fun filming it, and I look forward to doing future projects down the road. If you made it this deep, guys, thanks so much for sticking around. I appreciate the support as always. If you haven't already, hit the follow and or subscribe buttons down below here on Twitch to be notified next time I go live. And if you haven't already over on YouTube, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. Link to Twitch will be down in the description below if you guys want to come over and watch the games live before they're posted. And also follow me over on this platform as well if you so choose. I'll catch you on the next episode, everybody. Until then, this is the Nasty One, signing off. Have a wonderful day, evening, or afternoon, wherever you guys may be.